Mr. Secretary, in September of last year, under your direction, ICE implemented new enforcement guidelines. And these guidelines focused on the use of prosecutorial discretion. And stated in there was, it is estimated that there are more than 11 million undocumented or otherwise removable non-citizens in the United States. We do not have the resources to apprehend and see the removal of every one of these non-citizens. Therefore, we need to exercise our discretion to determine whom to prioritize for immigration enforcement action. And I can tell you, as a former sheriff myself, I know the limitations that budgets can put on you. But one of the questions that I have and would like an explanation for is, in fiscal year 19, ICE deported 359,000 illegal aliens from the interior of our country. In 2020, 185,000. And that had about 4 years of Trump deportations in there. And then last year with the same resources, they only deported 59,000. What's going on?
Congressman, I can answer this question very succinctly, but I want to take a step back, if I may.
Sure.
Because I served as a federal prosecutor for 12 years. First as an assistant United States attorney for almost 9, and then for the United States attorney in the Central District of California for about 3 years. We had 186 criminal prosecutors when I served as the United States attorney. We could have dedicated 186 of those prosecutors, every single one of them, to narcotics cases. We could have dedicated every single one of them to significant fraud cases. But what we did with the resources we had is we allocated those resources to have the greatest public safety impact in the many different areas for which we were responsible. The concept of prosecutorial discretion, I know you're very familiar with it as a former sheriff, is an underpinning of smart and effective law enforcement. And I do not believe, and many people in law enforcement do not believe, that public safety is a quantitative metric, but rather a qualitative one. If one takes a look, if I may, if one takes a look at the removals that we have effected, we have removed more serious criminals than the prior administration did. And I have data, and I can provide you with that specific data.
Well, Mr. Secretary, what I'd like to know is, what is the resource need to get back to where we're focusing and have the prosecutorial capacity to deport 359,000 who need and should be legally deported?
This is all about maximizing the public safety impact of the resources we do have. 46% of ICE removals were for people convicted of felonies or aggravated felonies, compared to 18% during the previous 4 years and 17% the year before that.
But Mr. Secretary, if I can push back on that just a little bit, that percentage is of a 4 times the size number. So I think America was much safer when we deported 359,000, whether they were for serious felonies or serious misdemeanors. But 359 compared to 59,000, that's not safer, I don't think. So, I'll leave that there, but I would love to help you out with resources if that's what you need to get back to where we can, see ICE deporting 359,000 people a year.